Okay, Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Monday. Today's Monday, May the 25th. Right now the time is 10:09 a.m., so angel number 1010 could be very significant for some of you. This will be a career life path message, okay, guys? So let's jump right into it and see what you guys might need to know for today. All right, guys? Anyways, as you guys can see that I may not be doing a lot of videos at home like I used to because, like I said, there's some, things happening and I don't like having certain things picking up in the background of my videos, and I'm tired of repeating myself when it comes to dealing with people and stuff like that. So again, like, you guys can be aware, okay, in case you guys start noticing my videos are more in the car or outside, just know that's the reason why. All right, guys. I would prefer to do my messages like this, but like I said, I may have to find a different way to do it, outside or doing it in my car, that kind of thing. All right, guys, because there's a lot of things that I don't think people realize, that when I do my videos, the sound does pick up in the background sometimes, and I don't think that people understand what I'm saying, even if I articulate myself in the most eloquently type of way, or it doesn't matter what I say. It's like people either forget, they don't care, they don't respect what I do. Confirmation with the horn, I just heard a horn. So it's like people are just in their own world, they're just whatever. Okay, guys, so just an FYI, if you guys do see that, and you guys know that I like to keep it 100 with you guys, I like to keep it real because I don't sugarcoat anything and I don't hide anything. So let's jump into it and see what you guys might need to know when it comes to career, okay, life path numbers, things like that, okay, and see what you guys might need to know. But I just don't like that, right? Like, even if I'm not a perfectionist in that sense, I just don't like videos being done and you guys are hearing sirens or banging, drilling. Like, I don't want to hear that. And I don't expect you guys to want to hear that in the background of the video, or people huffing and sighing and talking loud. Like, I don't like that. Okay, so especially as a business person, I'm very particular. And it doesn't matter if this is like a 9 to 5 or if this is my own personal business. I'm very particular. I'm very picky. You guys know that I prefer quality. And if I can't give you quality, then I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean, guys? So like I said, I'm going to have to find another way to do my videos or messages for you guys, because like I said, I'm also living with other people and I've already expressed this and I feel like people just don't care. All right, guys. So first card of the day is life path number 2. Okay, so life path number 2 is significant when it comes to diplomat. We have life path number 8, and then we also have life path number 4. All right, guys, so when it comes to being a powerhouse, a diplomat, a manager, that is very significant. For those that resonate with life path numbers, 2 talks about balance, harmony, and partnership. So this is being like a peacemaker. Okay, also when it comes to like unions, mediators, things like that, right? Communication and balance, partnership and alignment, intuitive communication, that kind of stuff. Even when it comes to 8th house, or not even just 8th house, sorry, the number 8, right? Life path number 8. Okay, this talks about stepping into your power, abundance, and mastery. And then we have life path number 4, which talks about stability, structure, and foundation. Okay, so there could be something that you guys are working on when it comes to building a new foundation. Okay, being a powerhouse is very significant. So some of you guys could be stepping into your power when it comes to leadership and success. Okay, 4th house and 10th house is significant. So this is your private life versus your public life. This is your home, your roots, and your career. So public reputation is very significant. 4th house talks about, like I said, this could be family, domestic matters, your emotions, foundations. This could be even like a mother-child type of relationship, or just women in general. When it comes to stepping into your femininity, something that you guys could be doing could be you being able to step into your femininity, right? So even if this is not like a 9 to 5, like a job, stepping into your feminine energy, whether masculine or feminine, that could be you being in your powerhouse, or you managing life differently. For some of you guys, this could also talk about with the 10th house. This is about career and success. Okay, long-term goals, building long-term goals when it comes to status, and also masculine energy. So there's something about being able to basically balance your masculine and feminine energy, okay, or being able to combine both your masculine and feminine energy for a lot of you guys, and that could be significant. So yeah, second house and eighth house, okay? This is about your stuff, okay? My stuff and our stuff. So your personal money and values, and also your shared resources and inheritance. So second house, for some of you, this is also about finances, income. This was showing up in the tarot message as well, mixed with the oracle messages. This is about you being able to work on your values, okay, your daily routines, your self-care, things like that. Eighth house is talking about death and transformation. So there is something about change when it comes to maybe, you know, corporate money or inheritance or your assets, but there is something about being able to join or have joint ventures when it comes to you and someone else's energy. Like I said, if this is a job, that could be significant. If this is a new career that you guys are doing, that is also significant. Okay, so some of you guys may resonate with that as well when it comes to the energy. Ooh. Okay, so lavage when it comes to attracting, okay? When it comes to attraction, that could be significant. Now, these are like herbs and spices. Some of you guys could be using this, okay, lavage or lavage, okay? But there's something about attraction, what you're attracting, and it's also giving Venus energy because Venus talks about what we attract when it comes to relationships and things like that. So take what resonates with that. We have dill, okay, for luck. And then we have aniseed when it comes to vision. So there's something about your vision and being in luck at this time, okay, when the things that you see or the things that you know without having to be told, or just being able to pick up on the energy is very significant. So some of you guys, like I said, when it comes to vision, this could be your dreams. This could be daydreaming, this could be visions, just getting like spiritual insight about certain things and just following that, right? But there's something about you guys when it comes to what you're attracting and also when it comes to luck. So this may resonate for some of you guys, like you may feel like your luck is changing, or there's something about being lucky when it comes to like you doing something that actually resonates with you, or doing something that actually, you know, works for you. Okay, so Jupiter energy could be very significant. You could have Jupiter placements in your chart. You don't have to, but there is something significant about Jupiter. And also I think it's called lot of fortune. That could be significant too. Okay, so take what resonates with that. We have Pallas, Athena. So Mercury energy, when it comes to communication, this is Aquarius, Libra, Sagittarius. This is about mental clarity, pattern recognition, wisdom, and strategy. You can tell when it comes to dealing with people that there's a pattern recognition. Like, people do not change. Even if they claim that they change, you can tell when people change or don't change. Even if you don't have these placements in your chart, there's something about communication and also mental clarity about a situation. Okay, Aries, when it comes to no planets, but Aries energy is very significant. This is talking about chaos, truth-telling. I did mention this in my other video about disruptions. Okay, dealing with other people's disruptions, discord, and activism. You guys are dealing with people's disruptions, like I said. And usually when things happen in my own energy, it's a reflection of usually the collective's energy, because sometimes things can happen and it's not just you alone. It's like a collective, like a social awareness when it comes to dealing with people, places, and things. And that's significant. Again, Mercury at the bottom, Virgo energy. So this is about health, hygiene, wellness, prevention, holistic care. There's something about you communicating when it comes to, you know, being holistic, wanting to have like peace, quiet, sanctuaries, things like that. And like I said, you guys could be dealing with situations with people, places, and things where, like I said, people may not respect your boundaries or your peace or whatever it is that you're saying to them. It's almost like people want you to tell your entire business to them about what you have going on or what you're doing. And it's almost like people need to realize that you don't have to do that. People need to learn to respect people's boundaries, their space, the energy. If you're able to respect people's space, it's almost like, why can't you have other people doing the same for you? So even at a job too, it's like you could be working a 9 to 5 and say you don't want to gossip or you don't want to be involved in the drama or what people have going on. You literally have people in your energy trying to force you to gossip or tell you information that you don't care about. It's like, if you're not asking, people are still giving you information that you didn't ask for, basically. So that's significant too. It's not like a stranger that you meet out on the street. It's literally people who should know better and do better, but they don't. Okay, they almost like they continue in the same energy that you basically left them in. So it's almost like adults acting like teenagers, but then you're more mature than some of these adults, right? Take what resonates with that. We have blue violet. So this is honor, spiritual truth, devotion, and inspiration. So that could be your energy right now. We have passion with violet red. Okay, passion and sex. So there's something about being passionate, being comfortable in your sexuality could be significant as well. Some of you may resonate with that, but these colors could be very significant. So there's blue violet and red, violet red. So that could also resonate when it comes to color sequences, maybe wearing these colors to activate certain things. Crystals could also be significant too. Maybe you guys are maybe buying crystals, and that's significant. Okay, avocado green, there's something about new beginnings. So yeah, some of you guys are stepping into a new beginning, and usually when you guys are stepping into a newer beginning, that's when things start to get a little chaotic, or you know, the energy starts to get very disruptive. People start doing things that they shouldn't be doing, or they normally don't do. Let me see if I can get this card. But yeah, this card that fell on the floor says light red. Okay, happiness, courage, and success. So yeah, usually when you guys are going through transformations, whether this is a rebirth or a death or some type of transformation, there is something about the energy where, again, even 8th house is significant, because even with this, with passion and sex, right? And 8th house talks about intimacy and, you know, being comfortable, right? Basically in your skin. So there's something about you being comfortable about who you are and showing up in this energy where your kindness could be taken out of like weakness, where people think they can do whatever, they can say whatever, they can act however, no matter how many times you say something. Right? So even at a job, like I said, you guys could be speaking up on certain matters, and you could have people just ignoring it or not really like paying attention or caring, you know, because it's not happening to them. So why would they care? And that's usually the case when it comes to the collective. It's almost a social awareness of, well, it's not happening to me, so why does it matter? And I don't understand why people act like that, because it's not happening to them. They don't care, or sometimes they don't listen to what you have to say, because either you're younger, you look younger, or, you know, maybe you don't have the same life experience as they do. That's the ignorance too behind it, where people think that they know everything, even though you know more than them. And because you're not walking around and being braggadocious about it, it may feel like people try to question your authority or question what you know or how you show up, and you know more than they do. So even just saying things to somebody, like you could say something to someone and say, hey, I wouldn't do that if I were you, and they end up doing it, but then they want to complain in the end and say, oh, why did this happen, and blah blah blah. But you're looking at them like, but I told you not to do it. That's your problem, that you didn't want to listen. Sometimes people have to go through their own lessons, right? Some of you guys are protectors, or some of you guys have been protecting people from going through their karmic cycles or going through karma or learning their lesson. And that is why a lot of times you guys are learning that you're better off focusing on your new beginning and your happiness, instead of having to, you know, try to have people understand you, right? So even if you have people in your energy where you thought, maybe if I explain something or express something, maybe they'll understand, people will not understand unless it's happening to them. That's the problem. It's like people would rather go through the fire than to listen and take heed. You know, it's almost like having to learn from your own mistakes, basically. Okay. Ambulance driver could be significant. Like I said, ambulance could be very significant. Take what resonates. Ambulance driver is significant for some of you guys. You guys could be either doing something like that, or you guys could resonate with that. Also, government official is very significant, working with the government. We have landscape gardener, so take what resonates with that too. Then we also have public speaker. Okay, some of you guys could be into public speaking, because again, spiritual truth also showed up as well. So you could also have something about your energy where your voice may carry a lot of truth. And that could be troubling for some people that don't like truth. They don't like to hear the truth, even if they, know that it's true, people still don't want to hear the truth. Even when it comes to you, it's like you will speak truth whether you like it or not for yourself. But then when it comes to other people, people are so quick to judge you or bash you or be in your business and ask you about what you have going on. But then you look at their life and you realize that their life is not perfect either. But then they want to come towards you. So it's almost like even you can learn from other people's mistakes, but because you're not, like I said, walking around and talking about it all the time, people act like you don't know what you're saying or what you're talking about when it comes to certain situations or matters. It's the same thing about tarot readings and things like that. I've come across a couple of videos of people where they do tarot messages and stuff like that, or they're astrologers or whatever the case is. And I notice in the community that people would rather bash people and call people out and be in this negative energy instead of just saying, hey, I noticed you were talking about the eighth house. This is not what the eighth house means. The eighth house actually means X, Y, and Z. And you have people literally like in the comment section talking bad about this individual or, oh, this person is wrong and blah, blah, blah. Now, if that person is wrong and strong, that's totally different. That's not my business. But I do see a lot of things where instead of being a community and coming together and saying, hey, I noticed you posted this, but as somebody who is into astrology or works with astrologies and things like that, or into cosmic energy and stuff, I noticed this was incorrect. Instead of doing that, right? Or just minding your business, okay? Allowing people to learn from their mistakes is also significant. But to talk down on somebody, especially when you're in the same type of field, that's not being a community. That's not coming together, right? And I'm not perfect either, because I'm a baby, I'm a baby reader, right? I just came on the scene a couple years ago, but for people who have been doing it for years and years and years, it's almost like people are forgetting the whole purpose of community and coming together. And that is why I also created my channel too, because I feel like there's people who do the same thing that I'm doing, and instead of being judgmental, we're just learning from one another. That's the whole point, right? I'm not any better than another person. I also learn from other people as well. So the fact that people are doing things where they're talking bad about someone or bashing them or just being disrespectful, instead of just hitting them up in their DMs and saying, hey, I noticed you were talking about the second house. This is what the second house means, or giving them information. There's a reason why I said that it's really good to have books. Reading books and opening up books and stuff like that is significant, right, guys? So let's see what else. So we also have writer, and then we also have hairdresser, okay? So take what resonates with that too. Some of you guys, like I said, you guys could be into writing, you guys could be hairdressers, okay? Things like that. Even hairdressers are healers as well, because you're listening to the client, you're understanding what the client's needs and wants are. Even when it comes to like insecurities and things like that, especially that maybe there's certain things about the client that they're insecure about. So even that too, being able to listen and understand your clients, their needs, their wants, things like that, and also the service that you provide, that is significant. So there is something about being very like hands-on, minus the public speaker one, but being very hands-on when it comes to being a writer, government official, things like that, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Take what resonates when it comes to the energy, when it comes to this reading. I hope it resonates with who it's supposed to. And again, thank you guys for the love and the support that you guys have been giving. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys, okay? And honestly, I hope it is beneficial for anybody watching these type of videos, because like I said, I like to keep it real with you guys and keep it 100. I don't sugarcoat, I don't hide anything. So if something is off in my energy, you guys know I'm gonna tell you, because most likely if something is off in my energy, it may be happening to someone else, okay? Because we're not perfect. We're all human beings living a spiritual, type of life, or, basically being a soul living in a human existence. So even when it comes to learning and being around people who are learning, I don't really judge people like that. Even if I see videos where people are incorrect about certain information, I either mind my business, because I'm not one to, tell people what to do. You know what I mean? But if you are somebody out there who has a credential, like certificates and diplomas and master's degree, why are you judging somebody who is new? right? And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about other people that I've seen. And I've seen people in the comment section say, yeah, this person is incorrect and blah, blah, blah. It's like, so we're coming together to bash somebody instead of just being respectful and saying, hey, here's the information I found about this. I'm sharing it with you guys. That kind of energy. I don't get it. Like I find that that's just, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's almost like a form of bullying at this point where people are just coming online. And that's what I notice about social media too. It's like you can meet some really amazing people on social media, and then you can meet some very wicked, weird people, like I don't get it. Or even when it comes to like news, I've seen people who, have a similar common connection when it comes to sharing news about what's going on in the world. I don't really see people bashing people for that because news is just news. So whatever information you get, whether it's false or not, you can still go on your own and do your own research. And I think that's what people forget too. It's like you can still go online and do your own research and do the inner work. You don't have to listen to that one specific person. That's why I always say in my messages, even if the message resonates and it's not from me and it's from someone else, I hope that you guys receive the clarity. Because like I said, I'm not the only tarot reader that's here or oracle reader, okay? So a lot of people, I don't know, maybe they just need to be more respectful and understanding. It's like people forget that they were new once, or they forget that they were starting out as a beginner. A lot of people are very egotistical and cocky, and yeah, I'm not here for that. So take what resonates with that. Some of you guys could feel that energy when it comes to like managers, people in like authoritative positions and things like that. That could be significant. All right, guys, but I'm going to end it here. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoy your Monday. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And like I said, for those in the States that are enjoying their Memorial Day, I hope you guys have a good one. Be safe, have fun, and have discernment. All right, guys. And anybody who just enjoyed their weekend, elsewhere, I hope you guys are doing well on a Monday, enjoying your day, and being safe. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. Follow me on YouTube and TikTok. My website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can book a reading or check out my blog. All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, guys.